Confirmed by a live source report.
Albert Einstein once said, "It is just like man's vanity and impertinence to call an animal dumb, because it is dumb to his dull perceptions." Nature has 3.8 billion years of experience in solving complex challenges for the pure purpose of survival. Consequently, throughout their entire existence, man has turned towards nature for solutions to an array of obstacles. By mimicking nature, countless inventions have been inspired by plants and animals. Whether birds, mammals, reptiles, or insects. This field of study is referred to as biomimetics, or biomimicry, and defines human-made processes, substances, devices, or systems that imitate nature. Biomimicry is of particular interest to researchers in the medical industry, nanotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence, as well as the military. One of the earliest examples of biomimicry was the study of birds to enable human flight. Leonardo da Vinci was a keen observer of the anatomy and flight actions of birds. His work inspired the Wright brothers in studying pigeons in flight, eventually enabling them to invent a successful aircraft. Unrivaled in locomotion sophistication, the cockroach reigns supreme. It has 6 active legs that simultaneously perform 3 distinct tasks. The rear legs drive it forward, the middle 2 turn and lift the body during climbing, while the front legs act as sensors to determine the next foothold. These very actions were implemented in US military robotics. An engineer noticed the burrs clinging to his trousers when walking through the vegetation and wondered if it could be turned into something useful. Burrs are the spiny seed pods from several plant species and catch onto the fur of passing animals to improve distribution. Subsequently, Velcro saw the light and was patented for commercial use. The Eastgate Building, an office complex in Harare, Zimbabwe, has an internal climate control system originally inspired by the structure of termite mounds. As a result, this building stays cool without air conditioning and consumes only 10% of the energy a conventional building of the same size does. Spider silk is one of the toughest known natural fibres. It is light, flexible, and stronger by weight than high-grade steel. Genetically engineered silkworms are used to spin a type of composite spider silk, which is afterwards used in a weaving process to produce a kind of fabric. It is currently being tested in the manufacturing of lightweight, bulletproof vests. The toe pads of a frog consist of miniature hexagonal shapes separated by small gaps which allow it to attach to slippery surfaces. When a frog climbs onto a wet surface, it squeezes the water out through these gaps to enable a better grip. The patterns and treads on vehicle tyres are based on the same structure, allowing better grip during wet conditions. The egg-laying spike of a wood-boring wasp consists of a needle-like tube housing two interlocking shafts, each covered with backward-facing teeth to drill into wood. No motor is needed, just the delicate force the wasp applies. This goal of guided, smooth penetration is exactly what neurosurgeons needed to penetrate areas deep inside the brain with minimal damage, and is currently being tested. The camera eye for still and video cameras are based on and mimic animal eyes. The two most mimicked vision sensor studies used are firstly the mammalian eye, with a large high-resolution focal plane. The second is the compound eye of insects, which have a wide field of view that enables them to detect even the slightest movement. Dolphins are able to recognize the calls of specific individuals up to 25 kilometers away, despite the challenging medium of water. Emulating dolphins' unique frequency-modulating acoustics, a high-performance underwater modem was designed for data transmission. This is currently employed throughout the Indian Ocean to detect the early warning signs of tsunamis. The humpback whale's surprising dexterity is mainly due to the large irregular bumps called tubercles across its flippers. This allows it to keep its stability in channels of fast-moving water and turn at sharper angles and tighter corners, even at low speeds. Applying the same principle to the current smooth blade design of wind turbines increases its efficiency by 8% in lift, with a 32% reduction in drag. Once again, however, the mighty wonders of nature outsmarted us. Millennia before man even grasped the concept of mimicking nature, nature itself perfected the technique. The larvae of the blister beetle gather together onto flowers, mimicking the appearance of a female bee. Confused male bees attempt to mate, and as a result, the larvae attach themselves to the bees. When the males finally mate, the larvae transfer to the females, which transport them to the hive. Here, they feed on the pollen collected by the females, meant for her offspring.